What's going on, everybody? Today we're up in the shop working on Project 3rd Gen once again. So I got to do some sway bar bushings. I figured this would be a perfect time to install this UMP frame brace. The Wonder Bar is what they call it. Everybody says this is the first thing you should put on a Camaro. So I figured might as well make it the second to last thing I put on mine. So we'll get in here, get the sway bar pulled off. I'll show you how this goes on, and then we'll replace my sway bar bushings while we're down there and get this thing ready to hit the track on Sunday. Bring in, show you everything. So UMP gives you some sweet stickers, which, you know, it's nice. We'll put them somewhere. I always love stickers. You got your piece of paper showing you what it is. No installation directions because it's pretty easy. I got my sway bar stuff, and like I said, what ended up happening, one of my bushings ended up pinching itself to death, and then my bolt distorted. So I reached out to QA1. They have absolutely amazing customer service. They sent me a brand new installation kit. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reinstalling the bushing with the new bolt, and then we're going to be retorquing everything. So they're suggested 10 to 18 foot-pounds, 10 for street driving, 18 for, you know, more responsive, aggressive track driving. And we all know Project 3rd Gen is a race car, so we're going 18 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna get in here, start getting this stuff torn apart, and get it back together. So I'll bring you down here, show you what I'm talking about. So what we're gonna be replacing is, I was doing an old pre-check on this bad boy. Let me grab a little, shine a little light on this situation. I was doing a pre-check like I do before I take the car to the track anytime. And what I noticed was this bottom bushing right here, as you can see, there is no bushing. It overpinched itself and spit itself out. So we're going to be replacing this bolt, and then that UMP frame brace goes underneath the sway bar from here to here. And what I was talking about is, because the way GM set up their steering with this drag link and drop pitman here, or dual drag link, whatever you want to call it, when you're steering, especially under heavy, I don't know, stress, race carring, it tries pulling the frame rails apart. So this thing's supposed to tighten this all up and make it just more gooder. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up, get this off, and get the new stuff on. That boy's bent. And so I did already loosen took the stress off the other side, so the other side's just snug. So that way this thing's not loaded, and it does have equal pressure on the inside, but this bolt is definitely bent. Interesting to see how bent it really is.
Some channel locks or something?
Maybe. I got it threaded through there. I don't know if it's too bent to get it through the spacer.
Yeah.
That's where we are. We got the sway bar off, and I'm trying to get the bolt out, but the bolt's too bent to pull through the sleeve. So I got to get a wrench in here, bend this bad boy, because I really don't feel like putting a sawzall or something down here and cutting my coil over or messing anything up, because, you know, it's pretty and I'd like to keep it that way. This bad boy out. So one thing I did have to do, if you're going to be doing this, is there's these little locking tabs right here, and when you put the sway bar brackets on for the bushings, that kind of locks it in onto the frame. Well, you can't do that because this is smooth. So I had to bend those out. The other thing I kind of wanted to dry fit is just check for clearance, because the QA1 sway bar that I'm running requires these spacers that go between the frame and the sway bar, which obviously I can't run these plus this, but they are almost identical in thickness. This is a little bit thicker, so I'm hoping when I put all this down there, these bars aren't bing bonging and touching, but they look like they should be about perfect. Figured I'd also show you, that's how bent it was after I had to unbend it to get the sleeve out. So it was bent more than that, pretty bent. But we got new hardware nonetheless. I'm gonna replace both sides with brand new stuff, thanks to QA1. So let's get back in there, get this thing installed. I'd bring you back out here. You've seen me messing around down there. What I was worried about was right. I did not have enough clearance between the sway bar and the UMP frame brace, the Wonder Bar. For it to work, it would have to be set forward more, which I can't. I don't even think I can clearance these brackets enough to do it. I think I would have to make an entire new bracket. But what I could do is I could cut these out, and then being that I have to run that spacer, I could make a spacer plate that is bigger and then weld them together and then put it in there. So I think that's maybe what I'll do. I don't know. Has anybody else tried running a larger sway bar with one of these? What did you guys do? Is there bigger spacers? Or I'm just not a huge fan of spacers and putting all that load on the bolt. But nonetheless, I figured I was going to make a video. It's not really a win. It's a fail, but you guys watch this video and you'll realize that you can't run the large QA1 sway bar with the UMP frame brace. So if you have a Wonder Bar and you're wanting to get a larger sway bar, they do not work together. But nonetheless, I have my bushings replaced, so we're going to get down there. I'm going to retorque all that stuff, so we're good to go. And then we can get this thing down, and we're ready for the next event. So we get back to it. Well, got the torque wrench set to 18 foot-pounds, and I figured I'd bring you in here, show you what I was talking about. So the way that that thing is designed is it sits right here, and it was so tight. I mean, I couldn't even get a piece of paper in between it. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is, being that you have to run these spacers with the QA1 sway bar, is I will just take another piece of steel. I'll make my brackets for that UMP Wonder Bar. I'm going to oblong the holes in the old bracket, build a new one, and push that Wonder Bar out here. Because obviously I have room. I don't know why it's so tight. I'm going to bring it out a little bit. I mean, I'm assuming they want it as close to the power steering box as possible. So I'll bring it out just enough to clearance this by, like, I don't know, probably my finger, maybe even a little tighter, and then put it all back in, and I should be good to go. So bushings are fixed nonetheless. I'm excited about that. Well, that's where we're at. So if you're wondering, watching this video, is that UMP Wonder Bar going to work? If I have QA1 sway bars, it will not work. So sway bar, absolute. Wonder Bar, everyone says I need it. Haven't had it thus far. We're gonna have to do some modifications to get it on. It's going on, don't worry. So come back, check that out. I think, like I said, I'm gonna have to integrate the shims that come with the sway bar to drop it down onto the top of that, re-drill new holes, make top brackets for that, and scoot that thing out. I think it'll work. I don't know why it wouldn't. It would work better than not having one. There's plenty of room in there. Like I said, I'm assuming they want that thing as close to that power steering box as possible, but nonetheless, I think it'll work. I don't know. What do you think? Think it's a waste of time? Do you think I need it? Everyone says I need it. Do you think the modifier one will work better? So I don't know. What do you think? But I appreciate you all watching. Coming through this. The car's done, fixed, ready to go racing on Sunday. So that was the big one. Wanted to have another part on there, but it's just not going to happen. Not in our cards. Appreciate you watching. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I promise my next video will be better than this one. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Till next time.